All right, here's the last video for test number 3, and this is section 5.7, solving fractional equations. All right, here's a little setup. Let's say we had the fraction 2/3, and I wanted to cancel this. Let's say I wanted to cancel this. Okay, canceling, if I multiply it by the reciprocal, all right, that's going to equal 1. Now why? Because all this cancels. All of that cancels. And notice we are multiplying. So let's say I had a negative 2/3, and I wanted to cancel that and make 1. Well, I would multiply by negative 3/4, and I would multiply by the negative, okay? Because a negative times a negative is a positive 1, and all this would cancel, okay, leaving me 1s everywhere, okay? So we got a negative times a negative, a positive times a positive, both equaling 1. Now, let's apply that on some math problems. Okay. Let's say we're solving something of the form 3/4 times a number equals 12. Now, I definitely have two ways to teach this, but let me go ahead and show you what I just did. If I am multiplying by 3/4 times x here. So there's two ways to do this problem, and I'll do this one both ways, okay? You can either multiply both sides by the reciprocal. Let me show you how this works. Okay, same thing to both sides there. That's going to cancel all this, leaving me all 1s, and I'll have 1x equals whatever this is over here. Well, this is 12 over 1, and you can see that this will cancel here. You can feel free to use your calculator on this, but let's see, that would be 16. 16. Now I'll show you a different way to do this. Okay, this is the way I used to show everybody how to do something like this. This problem here is absolutely no different than something like 2x equals 8. If we were doing this problem, I would divide by 2 and divide by 2, and x would equal 4. Well, over here, I would divide by 3/4. Both sides, dividing by 3/4. So you could type in 12 divided by 3/4, and that would just be, now think about what I just said there, 12 divided by 3/4, which is 12 times 4/3. Well, notice that's this right here, isn't it? That is 12 times 4/3, which is 16. Okay? So there's two ways to do it. Pick the way you like and stick with it. Over here, I'm going to go back to that reciprocal method. I'm going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal to undo this. And notice it's negative, so I want to multiply by negative 3/2. Negative 3/2 over here. Same thing to both sides. Same thing. That's going to all cancel over here, leaving me x. And this is going to be 14 over 1. So that's going to cancel that. Now notice I'm taking negative 14 times a negative 3/2. So this is going to be a positive answer. So I could just basically ignore those negative signs right here. This will be a 1. 2 goes into 2 once. 2 goes into 14 7 times. And so this would, of course, be negative 7 times negative 3. Or we can ignore the signs because it's just 7 times 3 is 21. One more time. That's negative because both of these things are negative. And let me show you what the problem originally looked like one more time. See how they're both negative. Negative, negative, and with an x here. And that's going to be, you're going to be dividing here or multiplying by the reciprocal. If this is a little confusing, go back and watch it again. Last problem. Oh, nope, I lied to you. There's 4 more. Okay, when you're doing a problem like this, we could multiply both sides by the number that's on the bottom. And if I did that, that work would look like this. 3, I'm going to show you something that happens here. 3, and then this 3 would cancel that 3, because that's like 3 over 1, leaving me y equals 12. Well, that's true, but check this out. Check out this ratio I have here. If I take something like 24 over 3 equals 8, we can clearly see that 3 times 8 is 24. So if I don't know what this number is here, so if I say this is going to be x, you can see that 3 times 8 is going to be 24, just like this one is 5 times 11, negative 5 times 11, which would be negative 55. So on these, you don't really need to show a lot of work. I ask you, what would that be? Well, that's positive 54. X equals that. X equals that. Okay? So those times, one more here. Let's say we had y over 6 equals 2, right? Y over positive 6, let me just erase that right there. Y over positive 6 equals 2. What does y equal? Y equals 12. 6 times 2. I love that. It's a little shortcut thing, but it's beautiful. One more. This is a little bit scary to look at, but it's not that bad. Let me show you. All right, equal sign. Simplifying what's on the left, that's going to be x over 2 squared, which is x over 4. 2 times 2. And over here, we need to do the order of operations. So this is going to, I'll do it right over here. 6 plus 8 divided by 4. So 8, we have to do 8 divided by 4 first. So this is 6 plus 2, which equals 8. So that whole right side of this right here becomes 8. Now, this is just like the last 4 we just did. X is 4 times 8. X is 32. Final answer. You guys have a fantastic day.